Hi everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you're having a wonderful day. Do you ever have days that feel chaotic? If so, stay tuned because I think today's project might help. Welcome to my channel. I am so appreciative that you have chosen to spend a portion of your day with me. I know that you have so many other viewing options and so many other things that you could probably be doing right now, but you're choosing to spend some of it with me. So thank you so very much. I'm not going to take up much time today, but if you have days where sometimes you've lost track of what you need to do, where you need to be, today's project is going to be so very helpful for you because we're going to make our own 5x7 12-month planner, complete with dividers and monthly tabs. I'll give you a closer look at this in just a minute, but y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. Okay guys, so here's a closer look at today's awesome 2022 planner. It says Life is Good on the front, and it measures 5.5 by 7.25 inches this way. And then on the inside, we have all of our planner features. So we have a calendar here that outlines all of the months at a glance. And then we have the tab calendar. So it's easy to find the month that you're looking for. And what I like about these tabs is each one has a mini calendar printed on it. So now you're able to not only go to that tab, but look at the date that you're looking for. And then I have some writing pages in between so that you can make notes of anything important that you need to be doing during that particular month. So here's what we're going to need to make it. So this will be a chipboard project, and I'm using a medium weight chipboard. And if you don't have medium weight chipboard, you can use cereal boxes stacked or whatever it is you have in your stash to give you a hard board effect. So we have two pieces that measure 7.25 by 5 5/8. And we have one piece that measures 7.25 by 5/8. And then we're going to need some divider inserts, and I have 12 of these that measure 5 1/8 by 7. Then you're going to need your writing paper. I chose to go with this beautiful decorative printer paper, and each sheet is cut at 5 by 7, and you're going to need 48 of these sheets if you're making this project in the way that I'm going to make mine. Then I'm going to be using this beautiful wrapping paper for the outside cover, and this paper measures 9.5 by 14. Then I have my inside liner, and I have cut this liner piece to 7 inches tall, and we're going to cut this down in just a few to the size that we need. But let's start out with a piece that is 7 by 12, and we know we'll be reducing the 12-inch side. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just cover the jacket. So we're going to cover the chipboard that measures 5 5/8 by 7.25, and we'll have two pieces of those. And we're going to cover the piece that measures 5/8 by 7.25. All right, so once we're ready to put this down, I am just going to take my wrapping paper, flip it over, and place down my pieces. And when I place down my spine, I'm going to place it down, giving myself about 1/8 of an inch in spacing. I am not making this to be refillable. It is going to be a one and done. So if you want to make yours refillable, you'll just need to tweak this process a little bit. And so now I'm just going to stand it up and fold over these edges so that I can go ahead and get ready to miter the ends. And I'm going to take my finger blade and just cut at an angle on all 4 ends. And then for this part, it's okay to use your tape runner. We're just going to add tape to this border. And then we'll fold it over. folding it over on all 4 sides. And I'm just going to use my baby spatula to just smooth this out. I have now identified the box that holds my big old spatulas. I just need to go ahead and unpack that box, but the baby spatula will do for right now. So all I'm doing is going along the ends and going around to give myself a nice professional crispness to this. Now with a print like this, either side is going to work. I want a little bit of that breakup, so I am going to leave the green on the front of mine, but you're certainly okay with going with all of just that pale pink. I am just going to do a quick measurement, and you should do the same just to see what size your layout is, because depending on how you placed your pieces, yours could be slightly longer or shorter than this. So this is about 12 inches wide. I'm going to reduce my paper to 11 5/8. So all I'm going to do is take this piece and reduce it to 11 5/8 of an inch. So I'll just be taking off a little, and we're going to keep it at 7 inches this way. So now I'm going to use my tape, and we're going to place tape on the chipboard. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my tape and place tape along the edges on all 4 sides of my 11 5/8 by 7 inch liner piece. And now we can just peel away our tape backers. And I'll remove the tape from this piece as well. And then we're going to take this piece and we're going to place it down. I am going to stand while I'm doing this because it helps with my placement if I'm looking at it overhead. So we're just going to put this down like that. And then I'll use my baby spatula to get everything nice and stuck. Making sure I go along those edges. And then I'll start working that spine to get it nicely defined. And what I'm doing is I'm taking the edge of this little spatula and I'm going into the crease to make sure I have a nice tight crease. And so then I'm going to stand it up and look on the inside. And what I'm looking for is to see if I have any paper puckering, and I don't. If you do, you just need to go back over it and smooth it out until it's laying nice and flat. So there is the jacket of our project. I think it's beautiful, y'all. And we are going to go ahead and work on the inside. So the first thing that I'm going to do on the inside is I'm going to go ahead and tab off the dates. So I have these little sticker sets and each one peels off, and the sticker size I think is 1.5 by 1.5. And all you do is just pretty much line it up with the edge, and then you have these 2 tabs and you just fold it. And now you have January. We're going to go ahead and do February. So I'm going to pick this piece up because I want them to have decent spacing between them. And I'll line up February right here. And you can see how it's starting to build. And you just keep going across. So I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of these down, and I'll be right back. All right, so I have added my tabs across the top to all of my divider sections, and you can see just how smart this actually looks. So what we're going to do is I have cut my papers, and I have 48 pieces. So behind each tab, I'm going to add 4 pieces. And I'm using this nice decorative paper, but you can use any paper that you want. It does not have to be the papers that I'm using here. It is completely up to you, the type of paper that you want to use. The weight of this paper is the consistency of printer paper. So it's not a heavy paper at all. And then we'll put our last one in. And there we go. So now we're going to be able to take this and put it in our book, and we're going to have a really nice looking 2022 planner. So here's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing that lovely glue method that I love so much. And basically what we need to do is we need to get this nice and straight. So I am just pressing it against my desk so that the edges are nice and straight. Then I'm going to use some of those clips that I showed you guys in a very recent Dollar Tree video. And I'm going to clip the ends just like that. And what we're going to do is we're going to take my lovely little reptile glue. You will need a paper towel so that you can wipe the glue off your hands. And I am just going to take my glue and I am going to put a good amount on here. And then I'm going to take my fingers and we're going to get this glue covering all of these pages. And you want to make sure that you do have a nice amount of glue covering those pages. So when you do, I'm just going to wipe off my fingers, get my book jacket, make sure the front is the way that I want it. Then I'm going to take this, and what I'm going to be doing is placing it right here on the spine so that all of the pages are on the spine and not in the well of the score here. So at first I'm just going to put it down. And y'all, I never get my placement right the first time I do it, so I have to play around with it. And you probably will too, but don't let that stress you at all. So now I'm going to stand it up. And I can see that I can slide it over just a little bit. I am going to remove those clips because they're in my way. And now I'm just going to look at this. Make sure I have it where I want it. Making sure that I am not on that spine at all. And so when you have it the way that you want it, just give it a nice press down, and then I'll close it. And I'm also going to go along the back with my spatula to help that glue meet the paper. And then I'll just keep pressing it until I think I have a really good stick, and I'm paying particular attention to the ends because I don't want them coming up at all. And you can repeat this process as many times as you feel are necessary. And then once we think that we have a good stick on it, we're just going to let this dry. Now, ordinarily, I would let this dry for at least 4 hours before I would start handling it. And I'm just going to open it a little bit, and I'm not going to open it all the way and do a flip through of these pages because they're not even remotely dry enough for me to be able to do that. But I will open it like this so you can see just how beautiful this is. And then let's check on the back. And you can see that I'm being very careful because I don't want my pages to pull away. One thing about the reptile method, I have not had it to fail on me yet. So when you use the reptile to get your pages stuck inside, guys, they're stuck. So once this glue dries and hardens, those pages are not going anywhere. So let's give this a few more minutes to dry and I'll be right back. It's still not completely dry, but I think I can probably open it like this. I'm not going to flip through, but I'm just going to sort of give you a peek of how things are going to look. So using this process and making a 2022 planner like this, you will make someone very happy. So what I'm going to decorate the outside with is a layered chipboard piece from Bo Bunny. And I am just going to add some glue to the back because my stickers are old. So I think I'm going to take this and just position it at an angle right there. And then you can go through yours and decorate as much as you want or as little as you want. And so now I'm going to take this piece of chipboard embellishment. It's a sticker also, and I'm just going to put it right there, just as a little focal point for when you open this planner. And the last thing that I'm going to do is each one of the sticker sets comes with the year at a glance. So I am just going to take the year at a glance and we're going to put it right there. You can actually add a border to the back if you want, but I am keeping mine very minimal on the decorations. But I love how this turned out. I think it's absolutely fabulous. I wish it was dry completely so that I could give you guys the full flip through from front to back. But those of you who have seen me do the reptile glue method, you guys have tried it and you know that you're going to get a very good stick on your planner when you do this method. So guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this super easy way to make a 2022 planner that you can drop in your backpack, your purse, your book bag. And if you have, please hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join this amazing online crafting family. You guys, as always, please be safe, be kind, happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.